another huge game from yourself. Can you just sort of take me through that final play there?
Yeah, obviously I was happy to get my name called upon to go out there, and out there were pretty good players like Dougie and Jack, and I know making sure if they have the puck, I want to make sure I get myself open, and Dougie found me, and that one went in the back of the net.
What was that feeling kind of like? You're knowing how this game was at one point, you guys were down 2-0.
Yeah, that was, it was a lot of excitement after, they had a good first period, and we had a few mistakes, and they capitalized on those, and then ended up we pushing back and got it 2-2, and then we ended up having to try to find a way to push it to overtime after, but we stuck with it. We never gave up, and obviously we capped it off there in overtime.
What were the things that allowed you to keep pushing back on this game to get yourselves to a point where you could tie up?
Yeah, I think just our speed. Obviously, they're a great defensive team. They're a good team in general, and I think just our speed and consistent pressure, we kept on going at them and getting chances, and they ended up finding the back of the net, and that really just kept us going, and we used that to our advantage.
So what did you see from Tomas Tatar on that play where he kind of sneaked in to steal the puck and set you up for the first goal?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, I seen Tuna go, and he was doing a great job on the puck hunting it tonight, and I gave him a little call, and he trusted it, and he sent it back for me, and I'm happy I didn't mess up on that one.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours, because he set you up. You set him up for his goal prior.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Actually, I mentioned that to him on the bench after. I was like, it's pretty much the same thing. Like, we both just hunted, got the puck, and gave it to the other one.
Pretty easy way to draw it up then, huh?
Yeah, well, if it's working, it's working.
Dawson, that's 7 goals in 5 games now. I mean, what are you doing different, man? What are you preparing different? How are you doing this?
Yeah, I think just obviously, I'll keep on saying, going back to it, like a lot of my goals are coming from in front of the net besides that one in the high slot, but every other one I'm right there within 5 feet of the net, and I'm going to make sure I keep going to that area because obviously it's working, and making sure putting pucks on net, obviously you got to shoot to score, and it's been going good.
You guys come back from being down twice in the game. What does that say about your team as a whole?
Yeah, I think obviously, like you can say, we're never out of it, and we got a talented group in here, a team that plays with that speed, and like I said, we're never out of the game. I think we can create constant pressure, and obviously when we get so many scoring chances, they finally got us to go in, and I think that really happened there at the end of the game.
How do you sort of clean that up so that you don't find yourselves down twice?
Yeah, obviously we
Kept doing that tonight.
Yeah, but I think overall it was a good game from us. It was just what hurt us was didn't respect the game well enough in the first. 2 mistakes that we give up 2-on-1s in the breakaway. That's cost us the 2 goals. So, but we stick with it, and overall I felt we had more energy today, and it was we kept with the kept with the game plan, and deserved at the end that win, I think.
Nico, what is it about this team that just feels like it's never out of it?
We're a good team. We just got to understand we almost beat ourselves today again, and if we understand that, especially coming down the stretch, if we limit our mistakes, they're gonna work harder to get their goals. So we can't give them gifts, and then we know like we have the skill up front to score some goals.
Is that just sort of what it's about, is sort of plowing away at a game like that, knowing you do have those assets to turn a game around?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a secret. In hockey, it goes fast. Like, 2-0 lead, like 2 goals is nothing in hockey. Like, it can go bang, bang, and it's the back of the net. So you just got to play till the end. And I think we have that in this team. And not just this year, even like last year, we had a few games that we came back and just never give up, and that's the mentality we need.
I know we've talked a lot recently about Dawson, but again, another night like this from him. I see that smile again on your face.
Yeah, same answer. Just really happy for him. He works really hard and gets rewarded. So definitely a great game for him and a big part of this win for us tonight.
What did you see, obviously, on the tying goal there last night in the game?
I mean, I was hoping Jack just sends it in front of the net, and I got a good little tip on it, and it worked out like I had it in my head. So that's definitely a good thing, I guess.
Thanks, Nico. What's it like right now playing with Dawson Mercer?
He's hot, I feel like everything he touches goes in, which is great, for a team. Plays great, plays with a lot of confidence. It's great to watch, young player doing well, and I'm proud of him.
How much does that give you that added energy too? Because you're quite a motor out there recently as well.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I'm just trying to help the team, to do good things, on the ice. I think our line is clicking, we're doing a lot of positive stuff out there, and I'm glad it showed on scoring tonight, and we could help the team this way.
One of the things that Siegs was saying is that after the first period, you guys came in here and said just not acceptable the way things went. What does it mean to a team when you can say those things in a room and then go ahead and change it on the ice? That doesn't always happen.
Yeah, I think it showed a lot of character. Even at the end, they scored another goal and we stick with it and then tie the game. I mean, the first period, the goals, what they scored were too easy. We handed to them, and I don't think we played a bad period. We just, didn't respect the game enough, and they scored, 2 easy goals. It shouldn't happen to us, and it's tough in this league, coming from two goal deficit. But I mean, we showed a character, we did it, but it would be nice, to lead.
When you say we didn't respect the game enough, what does that mean to you right now?
We did too many turnovers. We lost too many pucks. We gave them a breakaway. They went 3-on-1, 3-on-2, so a lot of outnumber rushes, and it shouldn't happen. If you ever won a game, that's already enough, and it all happened within 20 minutes. So we knew what we did wrong, and we've talked about it here in the locker room, and we come a lot stronger. And I think we played great hockey for 40 minutes.
It was a point right before, I think it was the first goal, where you were caught on camera kind of encouraging your teammates, whether it was on the bench or right in front of the bench. Do you remember what he was saying there to get everybody charged up?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, I'm trying to be positive, on a bench, and try create a certain spark. Because, like I said, I felt like we have the legs, we have the energy tonight, and it would be a game out of a window if we didn't try battle back, and we did, and wins like this taste great. So great job by everyone. We rolled 4 lines again. Everybody did their part, and that's why we were successful tonight.
It seems like they did a pretty good job of containing you guys on the power play. What do you think's going on there?
I think they're very high, their PK, and they did a good job. I mean, we still have 1 extra guy, we have to do a better job. It's on everybody on the power play. We couldn't, execute the break-in, to the zone. We'll talk about it. We have to be better, I don't think we did enough. We create a lot of opportunity to have a chance to score on a power play, but we didn't capitalize on it.
I don't think anybody was worried, right?
Not really. I mean, we knew we kind of didn't start the right way. We were a little bit asleep, but we grinded it out, and we played great hockey after the first 2 goals they scored on, and I think we never gave up, and that showed character.
What is that like with the confident level, knowing that this team has had a knack for coming back?
I mean, we know if we play the right way, we're dangerous. We can score if you play fast, if we don't give them any time. But we just got to do it. We got to play our game and execute the right way. And if we do that, we know we're a dangerous team.
What does it feel like when Vanacek back there? Tonight, knowing that you gave up that late goal, but he's there. He's been a rock for you.
Yeah, I mean, he's ever since he got to Jersey, I feel like he's been unbelievable. I mean, it's not easy for him. He got scored on 2 goals pretty early, but he just played his game after and never gave up, and just focused on himself, and at the end we got the win.
What was the difference in terms of pushing back after that, after you guys were down 2-0?
We weren't happy, obviously. We came to the locker room first intermission, and we had a quick talk. It's not acceptable to start like this, but at the end, we got to give us credit to turn this thing around and score late as well, and get the win in OT, and I think that shows what we're capable of.
How valuable is that moment where you guys come back to the locker room down 2-0, you have that conversation with each other, and you actually do it?
Yeah, that's we don't only talk about it. We go out there and do it as well. I think that's the biggest difference this year. we have those talks. We go out there, we execute, and we follow the game plan. And as I said, if we do that, we're a good team.
Thanks.
So is your team trying to get your blood pressure going there with the way they keep coming back?
Well, I think we've had a great tendency to deal with adversity and hunker down and overcome, bad plays. And so, to come back from 2-0, they're a tough team to generate chances. They're a very well-structured team. Got to give our guys a lot of credit.
How is the Dawson's game right now? It seems he's red hot. What do you attribute it all to?
Well, I think that when you get momentum as a player, and all of a sudden, we've seen it with other players, we've seen it with other guys in the team, and puck starts going to the net. A lot of times it goes in from a lot of different directions, and he's had a lot of goals tight around the net. Tonight, again, around the net, and then the overtime goal drove hard, and Dougie made a great play, and finds that small hole between the legs and wins us the game.
You usually say, well, I like, even though whatever the score is, I like the way we were playing early, or I didn't like, but what changed?
I liked our first period, except for 2 shifts. We worked hard. The detail on the breakaway goal was poor, and that was our hero of the game. That was Dawson's play. I mean, that was a play where he needed to back up our defenseman. And then we gave up, a 3-on-1 and a 2-on-1. And that, I told him in between periods, that's last year's hockey. That's not this year's hockey. To give that team rush chances, to give their top line, to give Kopitar's breakaway, details weren't good by the group that was on the ice.
What is it? Talking to Jonas in the locker room and Tomas Tatar, they said, after the first period as a group, they said, we can't play like that. We've got to turn this around. When a team can have that conversation amongst their peers and actually do it, what does that mean for the growth and development of a group? Because it doesn't always happen that way.
Well, it means they understand that the way they're playing isn't going to be good enough to win. That, this stretch we're going to go through is going to be a very difficult stretch, and we're going to play a lot of good teams, and there really is no easy game. So you have to maintain a high level of play. We made a decision to start the year that we need to eliminate a lot of the type of chances we gave up in the first period. Probably 3 grade A chances. The 3-on-1 didn't turn into a chance. The 2-on-1 turned into a goal. Breakaway was a goal. Those were the types of situations that we really stayed away from early in the year. And although I liked all our energy and I liked the way we skated, and I think that day off really refreshed them. For a little bit, we didn't have anything between the ears.
On the same note as Dawson Mercer, what are you seeing from Tomas Tatar's play right now? He seems just like a motor out there and working on every single shift.
Yeah, he's given us everything he has, and I think he relishes the opportunity to be in big games and score big goals and get big opportunities. And I think in his career, probably he wouldn't be the guy that would go over the bench in that last 40 seconds before overtime. I think he understands that play away from the puck is really important. But when he gets a chance offensively, he's really trying to make a difference.
Lindy, obviously injuries limited him last season, but this year Hamilton has really taken it to another level. What have you seen from him? Obviously, offensively, he's so strong, but defensively as well, what he's able to do.
Yeah, I think first defensively, I think the chemistry that he's had for 90% of the year with Siegenthaler has been a big plus. I think the fact, again, you mentioned the injury really set him back, confidence-wise, play-wise, and I think with the number of goals that were going last year, that with some of our goalie struggles, I think some of the confidence of a lot of players was at a low, and I think he was one of them.
Lindy, you give up a goal with 4 minutes to go in the game. A lot of teams might get deflated, but can you talk about the 2 goals you scored, the one at the end and then one in overtime, the skill that it took to score those goals?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the play, I thought Doug made a great play keeping the puck alive at the blue line. That might end the game if that, if it gets over the blue line. Nico's position in front of the net, kind of Jack's awareness to kind of look off Nico and then make that play. And really to, deflect it to a very small area. Huge. It was a huge goal for us, especially with giving up the one we didn't want to give up.
Lindy, there's obviously a lot of activity going on in the Eastern Conference, teams gearing up for the playoffs. Does that make you feel like you guys need to do the same thing too, transaction-wise? Seeing all these teams that you're probably going to face moving forward in a playoff series, add.
We're just focused on winning games right now. Obviously, there's stuff that goes on this time of year, and it'll continue to go on until we get by the deadline. We have a lot of really good young players that are playing well for us and helping us provide the W's that are a big part of this team right now.